I will introduce you to a special script that will take your Adobe After Effects projects to the next level, adding a touch of realism and impact to your animations. BouncedFX for animation. This script is designed specifically for graphic designers and animators who want to add dynamism to their animations. Creating realistic movements in animations is crucial for crafting an engaging experience for the viewer. This is where the importance of physics-based animations comes into play. The BouncedFX for animation script allows you to incorporate physical laws into your movements, resulting in more natural and impressive outcomes. Features. The script offers three main effects: float bounce, elastic back, and bounce simulation. Each is designed to add different levels of realism and dynamism to your animations. Float bounce effect. This effect simulates realistic bouncing movement under the influence of gravity, frequency, and damping. It's ideal for objects like balloons, balls, or objects that fall slowly to the ground. With this effect, you can control how objects should naturally bounce after hitting the ground. Elastic back effect. This effect makes objects overshoot their targets and then snap back elastically. This creates very impressive results for UI animations or for when text enters a scene. Elastic back ensures that your objects move with flexibility and vibrancy, capturing the viewer's attention. Bounce simulation. Effect. This is our most advanced effect. It provides a comprehensive bouncing simulation, incorporating both vertical and horizontal movement based on real-world physics. This effect is particularly useful for objects that need to follow complex paths, such as bouncing up, landing on the ground, and then rolling horizontally, and if a ball falls from a greater height, it will bounce higher. Conversely, if it falls from a lower height, it will bounce less. Everything is designed according to the laws of physics. Usage instructions. Using this script is quite simple and allows you to quickly enhance your animations. Here's a step-by-step guide. Select your layers. In Adobe After Effects, select the layers you want to apply the effect to. Choose the property and effect type. Open the Script UI panel. From the first drop-down menu, select the property you want to animate: position, scale, or rotation. From the second drop-down menu, select the type of bounce effect: float bounce, elastic back, or bounce simulation. Float bounce and elastic back effects. Set keyframes to define the start and end points of the animation. Float bounce adds slider control for amplitude, bounce height, frequency, bounce speed, and decay, rate at which the bounce loses energy over time. Elastic back adds slider control for elasticity, movement flexibility, gravity effect, bounce max, maximum number of bounces, and on-off, toggle effect on or off. Bounce simulation. Effect. This effect differs from the others in that it does not require keyframes. It operates based on real-world gravity laws. Requires ground 1, ground 2, ground 3, and ground 4 layers to define ground surfaces. Adds slider control for bounce coefficient, bounce factor, initial height, starting height, max bounces, maximum number of bounces, and horizontal speed, horizontal speed. Apply the effect. Click the Apply button to add the selected bounce expression to the chosen property. Detailed explanations. To dive deeper into each effect offered by the script. Float bounce effect. Amplitude. Controls the height of the bounce. Frequency. Controls the speed of the bounce. Decay. Controls the rate at which the bounce loses energy over time. Usage. Set keyframes for the property you want to animate, e.g., position, and apply the effect. The object will bounce between these keyframes. Elastic back effect. Elasticity. Controls the flexibility of the movement. Gravity. Controls the gravity effect on the bounce. Bounce. Max. Sets the maximum number of bounces. On, off. Toggles the effect on or off. Usage. Set keyframes for the property you want to animate and apply the effect. The object overshoots and then snaps back to the final keyframe. Bounce simulation effect. Bounce coefficient. Controls the object's bounce factor. Initial height. Sets the starting height of the object. Max bounces. Limits the number of bounces. Horizontal speed. Controls the horizontal speed of the object. Ground layers. Requires ground 1, ground 2, ground 3, and ground 4 layers to define ground surfaces. Usage. No need for keyframes. The object simulates realistic bouncing and rolling movement based on the specified parameters. Notes. Float bounce and elastic back effects. Remember to set keyframes to define the start and end points of the animation. Bounce simulation effect. Does not require keyframes and will not work without the ground 1, ground 2, ground 3, and ground 4 layers. Real-world physics. The bounce simulation effect uses real-world physics laws for more realistic movement, conclusion, and questions. In summary, the physics-based expressions for animation script not only saves you time in your After Effects projects, but also helps you create more realistic and impressive animations. With these features and usage instructions, you can elevate the quality of your projects and stand out in the eyes of your viewers. At this point, if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this script will help take your creative projects even further.